YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Rome 2. This is going to be a replay that was sent to me by none other than Soul Invictus. Once again, he's playing as the Swaby, and this is like an all-SH clan match here, and I believe that's the clan he's in. He's got Swaby on this side, he's got a teammate who's represented with Arverni, and then we got Sparta up against Rome, Athens, and Boii. The combination of Rome and Boii is frightening, to be honest. Two extremely good factions, but this is an interesting Swaby build. He's got a bunch of Bloodsworn and a bunch of Wodenaz Spears, and Wodenaz Spears have really good armor-piercing damage. There is a fast charge general here, and if he's able to use that Pride ability to get a lot of extra armor-piercing damage, you'd be surprised how much damage Wodenaz Spears can cause. Swaby are just one of those like Black Horse kind of factions where they will occasionally do things that will very much surprise you. Look at this charge here into the Levy Freeman with the Germanic Scout Riders here. Doing a lot of damage. Put these guys into the red morale, actually. They're being shot at by auxiliary Syrians, and they're going to be charged by Saki Equites, but pretty nice damage there. I don't know if it was worth it or not, but trying to get a whole Levy Freeman off the field almost. Here's some heavy horse pushing up to threaten the archers. Let's see what Sparta's got down here. Now, bringing these guys in a more competitive game like this is pretty gutsy. See a line of Spartan hoplites backed up by Heroes of Sparta, 2 Royal Spartans. So yeah, two Heroes of Sparta, 2 Royal Spartans. These guys will be pretty tanky, and they're going to do very well against Athens, who's fielding 3 Mercenary Veteran Hoplites backed up by 3 Thracian Warriors, interesting pick. And then 4 Thorax Hoplites in the back. These guys have nice armor-piercing damage too. A couple of Hippeus out here, supported by Tarentine Cavalry. A couple Tarentine Cav for the Spartans. Let's see how this goes. Looks like Boii has shifted to face the Swaby, and the Arverni are going to end up facing Rome. Let's check out the Arverni build. Chosen Swords down the center, Oathsworn. I'm only seeing 1 Oathsworn, so 4 Heavy Horse. Looks like we've got Naked Warriors out here on the flank, 2 of those. Yeah, only 1 Oathsworn is interesting. Here comes the Swaby charge here. Fast charge. Cavalry counter tactics used here because there's Noble Horse involved. Here comes a Swordmaster. Fast charge was used. I don't know if it was... I think it had an impact because I'm seeing huge charge kills on the Swaby. The heavy Noble Horse pulling through to get to the Germanic Slingers, which kind of sucks for the Swaby. The Boii are doing the same, but their horsemen taking severe damage coming through the Wodenaz Spears. The Bloodsworn fighting up against a lot of sword followers. But Sparta sending some Heroes of Sparta over to help protect the flank here. They're going to be hit. The Boii sending in more Bloodsworn. Wodenaz Spears and Bloodsworn and Swordmasters holding the main line. Let's see when Pride gets used over here. It is used now, so extra AP damage coming in for the units around the general. And these Wodenaz Spears will do well there too. You can see their AP damage gets pretty extreme. Let's see, the fight here between Arverni and Rome is about to kick off. Rome is sporting some Evocati cohort veteran legionaries. It's going to be pretty brutal. Naked Warriors could do okay on the flank. Sparta and Athens facing off. This is going to be a longer fight over here, depending on how those Hippeus Lancers work. Extremely well done here by Soul Invictus, holding off of Boii with his Swaby army. And he's not just holding off, he's winning. He's straight up winning against these guys. Chased down all the cavalry that got behind their lines. Very nice work there. So, nice play by Soul Invictus in the center. Veteran Legionaries taking some charges from the Naked Warriors here. They're cycling out. Probably wanting to come around for more charges. He's using the Levy Freeman to help provide that opportunity. Some Saki Equites coming in from the front and behind, though, and Naked Warriors. Let's just say that they're a bit exposed to cavalry charges. Huh? Has that bad pun of the day. Yeah, Swaby punched a hole straight through Boii, and I'm not thinking that Athens is going to fare well versus Sparta over here. The Hippeus Lancers have a lot of capability, but there's a lot of Spartan skirmishers and spears and other stuff to slow them down. But like right here, you got a Mercenary Veteran Hoplite and some Thracian Warriors pounding the crap out of those Spartan Hoplites. Royal Spartan over here, though, is doing great. But you're about to get a slight breakthrough here from Athens, where they might be able to do some work. The Hippeus Lancers working in. Tarentine Cavalry working on them, though. So it's definitely not over for Athens, but it's not looking great. Their general's engaged here. Picked Hoplite with a Royal Spartan, and it's not going real good. And then here comes the Swaby to help out. More Spartan Hoplites coming in. Let's see how the engagement with Rome is going. Rome's Evocati cohorts and veteran legionaries are going to end up getting hit on the flank by some of these Swaby, and it's distracting them from the main fight with Arverni. They should do okay versus Arverni. It's all the help they're going to get from their teammates that is going to be a bit concerning, though. This Evocati cohort is getting overrun. It's going to get backed up by veteran legionaries, which it very much needs. The Syrian archers, we'll see whether or not they can get the work done. They're going to be under huge threat from the Swaby here any moment. This fight over here is cleaning up in favor of Sparta. The Hippeus Lancers look like they're failing to really get some of the work done that they need to. There's some tied up back here with a bunch of Tarentine cavalry and spears. So I don't think Athens is going to end up faring too well there. Let's see how Rome's doing. It's the grind out fight where Rome is going to be dangerous. And their legionaries will just grind and grind as long as they don't get overwhelmed, which they are. These Roman legionaries are getting absolutely overwhelmed by a huge number of Swaby that survived the fight in the center. And they're going to be in trouble. Like I said, if the Romans can kind of hold their ground, if they can maintain that line, they will grind out a stupendous number of kills. But they don't have a charge, but their armor and their morale and everything is extremely good. And that's going to be what Rome needs. If Rome can keep that stable engagement on their terms, they'll do great. But if they keep getting charged, the barbarians will break through. So Rome is an excellent faction, but they still have to be careful going head-to-head with certain barbarian factions. I would say that, to a lesser extent, Arverni definitely need to be careful of Boii. Definitely would need to be careful of Tylus. And obviously Swaby has some potential, though I would say they're a little bit trickier to pull off on a head-to-head with Rome. But this is a team battle, not a head-to-head. And you can see that, that Rome is getting wrapped up pretty hardcore here. So they're getting overwhelmed with Arverni. Yep, they're just not going to be able to handle it. And then the Swaby just won the center so decisively versus the Boii that it swung a huge portion of this battle. When you have a big team battle like this and immediately the Swaby come breaking through the center, I say immediately, after a minute or two they did, it's going to end up swaying the fight on both sides. I think Athens is probably a bit mismatched versus Sparta. Sparta is definitely the better faction there. Rome versus Arverni, though, that's definitely anyone's game there, and the Arverni player took it. And then the Swaby versus Boii, I mean, honestly, probably favors the Boii a little. So for the Swaby to pull that off was actually really some excellent play in my mind. So this one wasn't a super close battle. Look at this, the loyalty of the 10th. So it's going to make these guys unbreakable for a while. These veteran legionaries racked up 170 kills. Just too many barbarians. The barbarian hordes overwhelming the might of Rome here. Don't get me wrong, this game was fun in its final state. Sometimes, though, I wish that the way that the final balancing came in would have found a way to where the barbarian units were greater in numbers. Kind of like some of the infantry on Warhammer is, like where dwarves only have like 75 men in a unit, and the greenskins, some of their units have a ton. Part of me wishes that the barbarian units had more men at maybe lesser quality, so that you kind of have that feel to where the Romans are getting swamped by the barbarians. I feel like that would be cool. I always would have liked to have seen a little bit different balancing on some of the Greek and Eastern factions in the end, but still, this game was a lot of fun in the end. The Emperor Edition was really quite a decent product for sure. Take a look here, 180 kills on these Woden spears. That's brutal. And then very nice kills here on the Bloodsworn. Interesting combination, Bloodsworn and Woden. These guys are fairly cheap and allowed him to bring like a completely full roster. The one Swordmaster did extremely well where it was engaged. So really impressive there by Sol Invictus like that. Socrates did well here. Socrates the Spartan? That's pretty funny. I like that. But yeah, no, I like his pick for the Spartan army. It's a good pick. 4 elite hoplites, a line of 4 standard hoplites, skirmishers, spear support, a little bit of cavalry, but not going crazy because Sparta's not really a cavalry faction. Arverni, pretty solid pick here too. Kind of weird not to see more Oathsworn, but he decided to go with these naked warriors on the flank and some extra spears, the spear warriors, so spent a little bit of extra money there. If we take a look at Sexual Predator, what a name there. Jeez. Anyway, his army here not able to stack up against Sparta. The Roman here had a ton of kills, 1,500 kills, which was only beaten by Sol Invictus, so when I told you that the Romans were deadly, they are. Look at that, 239 kills. The problem is a couple of his units weren't able to be cost effective. If all of his units were able to be more cost effective, then he probably would have been more on par with Sol Invictus, but since the teammates got wrapped up, it was too much. I like the pick of the auxiliary Syrian archers. These guys can sometimes be absolutely brutal, but at the same time, they're a bit of a liability, and in this game, they ended up being that liability. Salki Equites are always a solid pick as well. Hope y'all enjoyed this battle. I enjoyed it. Appreciate Sol Invictus sending that in. He actually has a YouTube channel, so check the links, and I'll link you to his YouTube channel if you're looking for more Rome 2 stuff. If you like his replays here, then you very well ought to go check out what he's got, obviously. So I have other Rome 2 replays for y'all too, and I'll be trying to bring some of these your way. I know that I wanted to look at this one from Praetorian Guards, so that'll be coming up sometime a little bit later this week. If you have more Rome 2 replays, you always feel free to send them to airtotalwar@gmail.com. Love showing these things for you because I know I have like a hardcore following of people out there who just really love Rome 2. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you, despite the fact that I'm having a lot of fun with Warhammer, so I got you all covered. Appreciate MSI for sponsoring this build that I'm recording this with, and I appreciate you, the awesome viewers, for always coming back. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. There's a logo down in the bottom right hand, and I just appreciate you all watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I can't wait to see you back next time.